always want to make sure you guys get the most value out of this I can. I say it, and it goes back to Alpha Gaming, Harris Heller. That guy knows how to talk and say it in a way, and you can see the passion in him of wanting to bring value to his community. And watching him has given me a lot of ideas that I hope to incorporate into the next setup. Came to be, I got the first rack taken down. I don't know. We keep joking of like, let's just move to Texas and start a fish farm. And I don't think, part of me is like, why not? Part of me is like, let's just do it. Like, let's just see what happens. But the other part of me is so terrified to even do what we're doing. But yeah, it's a thing there.
Excuse the light on the ceiling, but that photo I'm pointing at, the middle photo right there, is this exact same t-shirt signed by Corey McElroy of Aquarium Co-op. But it's what I can never express to Corey until now that I've watched Alpha Gaming's video on this was the extra 2 minutes that Corey took out of his schedule.
It seems like the #1 video that anybody makes on YouTube nowadays, or anytime something dramatic happens in their life, they always make the thing of, don't worry, I'm not going away, I'm back, or we're doing this next thing. And we have to, right? We have to make the content, but it's also, I want to put a different spin on it today because I want to talk about adapting and accepting the change. So if you are new here, my name is Trent Wel-Don with Wel-Don Tanks. We run this channel. We do aquarium related videos and all manners of videos, DIY videos, fish videos, all things aquarium related. And yeah, there's some big changes coming right now because, well, I'm moving to Texas. We've done videos on that. We've shown that this isn't new news. Is that a thing? This isn't a secret anymore, right? We've found a house. We're leaving end of July. We're going to Texas. So with that, there's changes obviously coming, but the best part is though, the changes, I'm choosing to adapt to them. I'm choosing to make them a positive change for this channel, which is going to allow us to do so many more things than we've done before. And that's why I want to tell you, you need to learn to adapt to the change. So if you've been here for a while, you know we've done, I think, 2 fish rooms. We're going to call it 2 fish rooms now. We started with an area in my first house, the basement, that wasn't really walled off or anything, but we can still technically call it a fish room, auto water change, had airline system, the whole shebang. Moved into this house and we built this fish room here, and this is the smallest fish room that I've operated out of, but I've learned probably the most out of this current fish room. Well, I don't know if I can call it a fish room anymore, but we'll get to that in a second here. But we've learned so much from this of what I want to bring with me. And that's why I'm adapting to this change. I'm accepting this change as a positive thing because there's so many new things that we're gonna be able to do down there. But back in the point of, I don't really have a fish room right now. And if you can kind of see behind me, there's no more 90-gallon tank behind me. There's no 80-gallon tank to the side of me. There's no cube tank over here anymore. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the last of my fish are literally down in a holding tank right now on the floor until I can ship them out next week. To a friend in Texas, the few fish that I'm keeping, and actually most of the fish are going to him. There's one fish I'm keeping, that's my Fahaka pufferfish. But let me jump cut here really quick and show you what I mean that I don't really have a fish room anymore. So as we're talking about change, this by far is the biggest change right now. So in a matter of about 12 hours, so really in one day, we broke down practically the entire fish room. So Justin came over and we got all the tanks taken out, all the fish rehomed. But you can kind of see now the air system me and him built together, and just kind of how the whole fish room just kind of came to be. I got the first rack taken down, got these things taken off the wall, so I still got a lot of cleanup in here to do. I got a few more weeks before everything officially has to be out, but taking like sponge filters with me, so I'm taking some equipment with me, dehumidifiers coming with me, these metal shelves are coming with me, the shelving units on the walls are coming with me. But it's just, this is the biggest change, is how much did we do in this little fish room? I mean, it's interesting now, again, when everything's kind of out of it, it looks like there's so much space in here again. But I mean, we started with the 220 on the back wall there. We used to live stream right here. We've put that rack in. We've done renditions where we had cube tanks in here, and we're gonna do this and gonna do that, and we ended up on the final result that we did. But just how much did we accomplish in this little fish room? I mean, it's not the lens makes it look bigger than it is, but trust me, it's not. It's 7 by 8? 7 feet long, so 7 by 8, however you want to put it. I just know that back wall is 7 feet, just from experience here. But yeah, this is the biggest change, but this is also not the end of it. And this is why I say, don't be afraid of the change. It's time that we embrace the change, because guys, there's going to be some amazing things coming with this change. So let's keep talking about it. So the time I took to build that, we moved into this house 2 years ago. Got here, I started in the laundry room, which is literally like out the door across the hall. It's straight across from here, the studio we're in right now. Started in the laundry room, getting the tank set up and all that while we were finishing the basement out and building that fish room that I just showed you. Now there's so many things I've learned. I keep saying that. And these are all things that I get to adapt to and change down in Texas, where we get to build like the dream fish room. I'm gonna go slow on this one. I'm gonna bring you guys along for the entire build. But the things here we put the walls up, we put the supposedly epoxy down on the concrete floor, which was not, but then things like airline system, right? I figured out that running a simple, much more simple closed loop system is way better than running it between all the shelving units to try and drop airlines to each one, but doing longer runs of air was way better. Drain systems, we did a 1-inch drain in this fish room and it worked, but I'm definitely going up to like a 2.5 inch drain in the next one. Just make sure things drain the way we need them to. We ran into a few problems there, but it's things, racking systems, tanks to use, fish to breed, how fish operate, how you breed fish, how fish interact with their surroundings, how lights affect the fish, different decor affect the fish. We got to try so many new products in this fish room. We had fish room and channel firsts of breeding yellow zebra plecos, of breeding Mollupi carbensis, of breeding calico convicts, of breeding, Kohaku swordtails. We bred, what else did we breed down there? We had Limia peruges, we had endlers, we had a few live bears. We also did a lot of the dwarf cichlid stuff, and it was awesome to see all of that come to fruition in this particular fish room. I mean, it was nuts to see this come together, of this little 7 by 8 fish room. It's like a 56 square foot fish room. We did so much in there. At one point, I think we had over 30 tanks packed into this little fish room. But now it's time to break it all down and go on to the next phase of all of this. And that's what I want to help you understand with the value of this video, the value of the content I want to keep bringing is, I'm going to show you again how to build racks, how I'm going to strategize them, what tank size I'm going to use, why I'm using certain tank sizes, what fish I'm going to be breeding, why I'm interested in those fish, and air systems, and all these different things are things that I get to do again, but I get to do better. I feel like I've gotten better at telling the story. I feel like I've gotten better at the camera work. I've gotten better at bringing all of you along for my excitement of what we get to build. And the plus side of this too is the fish room is now going to be in the garage in Texas. So if I flood, which I will again, I'm not flooding my basement, thank God, this time. I'm only going to be flooding the garage, and that's an easy cleanup kind of a thing. But guys, there's things like the red cactus pleco, the leopard cactus pleco that I just am dying to work with. I think this is going to be our opportunity to do this. But I get to be more educational. I get to teach you how to run drain lines, air systems. And this time it's not like, hey, we're cramped in this little 56 square foot fish room. But that's the thing though. How much did we accomplish in a 56 square foot fish room? How many people out there, besides people like Barry Aquatics that literally had everything shoved in their closet, but how many people have a 56 square foot fish room that they have accomplished as much as we have? Now I say we, and I always say we, because all of you have come along for every part of this journey and sharing this excitement with me, the ups and downs. And for those who have been around and for those who are members of the channel, know that we had major changes come to us this last year. Within the last year, we got a business opportunity granted to us, went along with it. It was not what it was presented to be, so we left. And unfortunately, when we, me, myself, and my family, we chose to leave, we got a little sabotaged from those who we were partners with. And unfortunately, that has derailed us a little bit, but now we're back on track. And this is where we can adapt to the change. I'm choosing to adapt to that change. And we now found something down in Texas. We're chasing a dream in Texas, and never stop chasing those. Keep going after those. I'm so excited to go build this next fish room with all of you, and the new gear we have, the new equipment we have. Just I have so many ideas in my head. So we're not going away. This is not the changes that are coming to the channel. This is the change of we are going to go to Texas, and we are building something that is going to be the best thing that I have ever built on this channel, on my hobby. And we're gonna go build our business down there. We're definitely gonna go do that. I mean, I've had changes I've had brand ambassadorships, and I no longer have those off choices I've made. I have other companies we're working with. I mean, I'm gonna be right next to Houston Manzanita down in Texas. How exciting is that? And we've got Pleco Ceramics doing great things. And now I get to dictate as well on what products that I get to use and I get to showcase in the next fish room. And that is the most positive change that came from me leaving my business venture is I get to work with the companies I want to work with again. And I know like Aquarium Co-op, they're launching some new products. I'm really excited to try them down in this new fish room because that's gonna be more space I get to play with, more things I get to try down there. So if nothing else, take away from this video, if you have change coming in your life, adapt to it. If you have change coming in your hobby, adapt to it. I promise you will come out for the better on all that. So this is very much of a inspirational change. It's good for you sometimes. But guys, also we have so many things coming in our aquarium hobby right now that I feel I get to be a major part of this change. And that's why I'm excited to get down to Texas, is I feel in Texas, I can put forth more energy, more time into helping change this hobby for the better. So thank you everybody for joining me along on this journey. I promise you that before I take off for Texas, we'll still have videos coming at you. I've talked with Justin quite a bit of doing a bunch of filming in his fish room to showcase projects he's working on. He has ideas that we want to put out on the channel. And then as we get down to Texas, it's gonna be square one to getting built, to sourcing fish. And then all the fish room stores, doesn't make sense. There's so many fish stores in Texas. I'm so excited to go check out. So guys, I want to thank you, all of you, for your support in getting us where we are. And I promise you, we're only getting started. It's going to be so much fun getting down to Texas. So once again, thank you everybody. Keep your tanks well done. And I promise you, we'll see you in the next one.